Good evening, my good people. Welcome to the Bliss Pickup. It's your boy, Tony H, aka Two Phone Tone. And ladies and gentlemen, it's on. It's about to go down. Welcome to the Bliss Pickup, man. Monday, early. Well, it's not early, y'all know what I'm saying. 7:30 is. We got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna talk about our realistic expectations. We're gonna get into offense versus defense. Which part of the team do we think need to be more consistent, or which is more important to the success of the team? Also, we are going to talk about how far or how close do we think our Miami Dolphins are to the AFC elite teams. That's the Baltimore Ravens, that's the Kansas City Chiefs, that's the Buffalo Bills, etc., etc. Plus a little bit more. But before I do all of that, let me bring up my co-host real quick. Lou, aka Tolerated. What's good?
Tom, we now have to start telling people 7:45 ish.
Hey, no BS. We most definitely probably gonna say, yo, 7:45 ish, man. Hey, you hear me? But it's an ish back there somewhere. But what's good with you, Lou, man? What's happening?
Ain't nothing, man. Chilling, man. All good.
Well, let me share this.
Another day in the world, man. So all good.
So listen, man. Why I shut it? The Miami Dolphins called me, man. I just want to let y'all know. The Miami Dolphins called me. They tried to reel me back in, man. I don't know. Y'all think I should give in, man?
Hey, man, get that rep on speed dial, Tom.
I just want to know to all the people that was telling us, my co-host, y'all, that was telling us if you don't buy the ticket, someone is that I just know, my co-host was telling me this, and I'm trying to figure out, co-host, why am I still getting calls from our beloved Miami? Let me stop. I'm just trolling y'all. But yeah, my rep did call me, man. She tried to hit me. Hey, Lou, she tried to hit me with a sweet deal for a sweet. You hear me?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
She almost got me. I was multitasking. I heard sweet. I said, tell me more.
Hey, man, look, before we get started, we got Chef Jew in the building. Chef, what's good? Fact. Delusional Patriot fan, what's good? Michael K, always in here, what's good? Scott Jackson, what's good? And then the best comment so far, Tom. From the Queen, right?
I'm just here for Tolerated.
yeah, from the living legend. From the living legend. Shout out to King Sanity as well. But salute to y'all for coming through, man.
That's a fact, man. Shout out.
So what you saying, Tom? We sitting in the suite level? Is that what you saying?
No, she went. Hey, listen. She told me, hey, Lou, I thought I would get a deal, right? Now she said, I got somewhere to give you more bang for your buck. I say, you act like you was gonna give me a suite for the lower level. She say, oh, she don't mind me asking. Where were your seat located? I'm like, I was 101. I said row 12 and the aisle seats. I put all the sauce on it. Aisle seats, yeah, all that. She said, well, yeah, I might have something for you in the suite level. You know Scooby-Doo World.
Tone, you need to tell her. You need to call her back and tell her you got your own podcast, right? And that we need some field passes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lou, I slipped, Lou.
Yeah, dog, what you doing, Tone?
Yo, I slipped.
Hey, Tone, don't worry about it. We gonna get the sales rep on the phone. You gonna call me three-way.
I gotta double back. That's
yeah.
I did. Now, however, I did let her know. I informed her, like, listen, man, I'm still traveling with the team. I go to away games, so that one is, I'll be more into traveling away. And I was like, I'll just select the game that I decide that I want to go to. I was like, for sure, I'll be there for the Cincinnati Bengals, most likely the Baltimore Ravens, and the Monday Night Football, Monday night against the Jets.
What's good, Shay? Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Usually when people start hanging out with me, man, they get tolerated.
I see.
That's crazy.
I'm being tolerated, man. You hear me? Hold on, Lou. I'm for to share this real quick, and then we'll get right into the show. You hear me?
Yeah, for sure. Mm. Mm.
All right, we lit. So first topic of the show, Lou. Realistic expectations. I know everything has been doom and gloom. I get it, but if you want to, let's start getting close to the season. So let's start close to training camp. If I'm not mistaken, training camp started in July, right? The actual training camp.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. Yeah.
So we got like so we got to start. Look, you know what? Let me start with this. Hold on, Lou. All of our subscribers, all our listeners, all the Dolphin fans around the world, please don't let happen this year what always happened. Don't get fooled about the media and their crazy takes. They fall in love with. Remember what they told y'all about the Tanaconda last year? He was the second coming of Tony Gonzalez. Remember how they was hyping that man up all off season, and I was in there and I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry. Maybe we're not watching the same practices, but I don't see what these guys are talking about." It's been 2 years in a row that they'll say something and then I'll come back. This is at the time when I was just on X and I'll go into spaces and I'm like, no, we're not seeing eye to eye when it comes to these takes. Because I remember the 2023, they were talking about how Robbie Chosen was looking like a sure-in for wide receiver 3. And I was like, River Craycraft is clearly outplaying him. I don't get it. A lot of people were saying Barrio was looking good. I'm like, they only using him for return. Like, I think they doing it for clicks or they just doing it for content. But I'm just here to tell y'all will be getting the real 100% honesty from over here, and we're gonna break it down 100%. I was the one that told you guys that Mike told y'all about Mike White and the year when Mike White and Skylar Thompson, and everybody was like, no, Skylar Thompson look good. I'm like, Mike White, honestly, he was looking like the best quarterback out there. Tua wasn't even looking that good when Mike White was here. But I'm like, we already know that Tua is going to be the starter, but the one that was putting in work, it was Mike White. I was telling y'all that. What Skylar Thompson ended up doing? The boy was wearing street clothes the whole season. So I'm just here to tell y'all, I'm not, y'all can listen to whoever y'all want. I'm just saying, don't get blinded about all those false narratives that they be pushing out there in the social media and our beat writers. You know how it goes. Don't get fooled 3 years in a row. No. They're going to be throwing sauces in us so people to get the fans excited. I don't know if the Miami Dolphins talk to them and tell them to give the fans something to be excited about. But y'all got someone that's really be outside and going to give y'all 100% honesty. Now, I don't know if I'm going to every last one of them, but I would be going to a lot of the training camps like I always am. And I am looking for, I heard, Lou, did you hear about apparently the Miami Dolphins and the Jaguars supposed to be doing a joint practice, but I think that's the only one they're going to hold? You heard anything about that?
Yeah, supposedly the Jaguar head coach Liam Cohen kind of mentioned that I think the Jags and the Dolphins will be doing like some joint practices and stuff like that. Now, I didn't hear if it was going to be in Miami or if Miami was going up to Jacksonville to do it. But yeah, supposedly Liam Cohen kind of mentioned it. So
isn't that Jacksonville game? Isn't that one? Isn't it in Jacksonville?
It's in the preseason. I believe it's in Jacksonville. Yeah, so
Yeah,
more than likely the Dolphins will be up there.
Yeah, it's the third one. I think we got 2 home preseason games, and then the third one is in Jacksonville. I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I'll go back and look at the schedule for the Dolphins. But yeah. So real quick, while I'm early, shout out to Triple S. I don't know if y'all follow. Make sure y'all follow us on X. Follow the Blitz pickup page on X. I don't know if y'all seen the picture. That hat did touchdown. So shout out to Triple S. He gave a shout out and posted a picture up. And also shout out to Finn. What is his name? I'm sorry, Roll Finn fan. Shout out to him. He did DM me a picture. His jersey has touchdown. He wanted me to tell everyone. He said, thank you. He really appreciated it. And he said, we were doing a good job. He said he only started the Twitter just so he could get in contact with us. So I don't know if X, I'm sorry. just to get in contact with us. But shout out to those two gentlemen. Their merchandise their gifts have touchdown. So yes, we did our job. The next giveaway will be at 1,000 subs. So y'all make sure y'all keep pushing the content out. Keep encouraging people to share our content. Keep liking and commenting on our videos so we can get out in the algorithm. But yeah, Lou. So go ahead. You for the say something?
No, I was just gonna say, man, shout out to those two gentlemen. Yeah, listen, the hat was fire. I seen the post from Triple S, but I'm gonna be honest, Tone, that something was off, like on it. That it just didn't look right on his head. Can I just say that? I don't know, dog. Like it just looked weird, man. That man got a lopsided head or something. I don't know.
Oh man, why you doing Triple S like that?
I'm just saying what it is. Hey, shout out to the man. I'm just saying.
Shout out to Triple S, man. Lou hating on you, man. We ain't gonna let him hate on you. Game Boy 305, you here early today. I see you ain't running today, Mr. Game Boy. Tyler Hero must have made some news. He said, yo, often imitated and always tolerated. The Bliss pickup. Shout out.
That's a fact.
These are facts. Shout out to Mr. Polk. Good evening, Tony H. Lewis and Alex, aka the Bliss pickup. Hit the like button and subscribe and support my brothers, the Bliss pickup. Let's go. Always showing love and support and making sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. So shout out to them. But yeah, Lou. So yeah, man, give me realistic expectations. Like, no, like when I'm talking about going into training camp, what are we expecting? What are we looking forward to? And let's be more direct into things that we're looking forward to and the expectations we got for this team going forward.
Well, again, we were kind of talking about a player kind of backstage before we started the show about what the Dolphins have, I guess, reportedly reached out to Jarek Wills, offensive tackle, first round pick from Cleveland a few years ago. He played with Tua at Alabama. And the only reason I bring that up is because, like I was telling you, Tom, you're talking about what I would want to see in training camp and stuff. I want to see some of these young kids battle. And I don't mean young kids in like the rookies and stuff. I'm talking about like the Cam Smiths of the world that haven't got a lot of chances to play. And when I hear like talking about Jarek Wills, like I told you, if you're talking about bringing them in as depth and to have, some guys sitting behind guys, cool. Unless he comes out and beats him out, I just don't want to sign a guy like that and then throw Patrick Paul to the wayside, right, for like another year. So from training camp perspective, that's what I want to see. I want to see some of these young kids battle and see how, because I do think for the most part, you're going to have some young guys playing on this football team. So I want to see that. And then as far as the expectations, Tone, listen, you're saying realistic. I think me and you, what we did the other day when the schedule release came out, and we kind of gave our early prediction. I think we did a pretty good job in that. We both got to 9-8. I think that's a realistic expectation, right? It could be better, it could be worse, but I think that's where the Dolphins are for me right now, somewhere between an 8, 9. Hell, if you want to go 10, that's where we are, right? Would I be pleasantly surprised if they won 12 games? Sure. Would I be shocked if they won 5 or 6? I don't know. I think realistically for me, though, Tone, somewhere between that 8, 9, and 10 range, that realistically where we are now, that's what I think realistic expectations should, at least for me, with the Miami Dolphins is. About 8, somewhere between 8 to 10 wins.
Yeah. So realistically for me, right? This team could either be middle of the pack. Like we think our assumption is that it's going to be mid pack, right? Middle of the pack. And like you said, 9-8, 8-9. You might squeeze out 10, but it's also there's a possibility that they could be, like you say, a 5 to 7 win team, depending on how the season goes and how our players perform. They might surprise us and win, like you say, 11, maybe 11 or 12. It's a possibility because we don't know what the team. But my realistic expectations going into the training camp is I want to see how they compete. I want to see how. So the important positions, right? We got James Daniel, we got Savai Naya. So It's not Savaya Naya. It's Savai Naya or Savai Naya, however you want to say it. Um, he's going to be important, and Patrick Paul. Those three guys are going to be very important. I'm going to be keeping a real close eye on those three guys because they're going to tell me two things. It's going to let me know how they're competing and if they're ready to enter the season and be a complete offensive line. And also, it's going to tell me and dictate how our defensive line is going to look. So it's going to be kind of like, it's not going to be just simple. So I'm going to look at how Zach Sealer, how Kenneth Grant, how Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb look against this offensive line. Because if they're in training camp dominating, that might not bode well for the offensive line and our offense. But if it's a back and forth and offense wins some reps and defense wins some reps, that means the offensive line should be ready going into the season. Because, like it or not, when those four, when our defensive line is healthy, that's a formidable defensive line. You know, especially when the way Bradley Chubb been playing, and when Jalen Phillips ball out, when he ball, take away all of the mental thing, the mental problems that he have, and that take away that when he was balling, he was looking special out there. He was on the road to his best season, and it started to look like it was coming around for him. So if they out there battling back and forth, I might have my expectation might just, you know, I ain't gonna say increase, but I might be like, okay, I'm willing to take a wait and see how this season plays out. So that's one of the things, one of my expectations I'm looking for is how this offensive line, those three guys, I'm telling you, are gonna be very key. Patrick Paul, James Daniels, and Savai Nair, because we already know our offensive line, when they go down, forget about Tua. Forget about Tyreek. Forget about when the offensive line goes down. This offense look completely different. It does. Now we could put anything on Tua the way his play is. I've seen Tua make bad plays with a clean pocket. You understand? So I'm not going to put the offensive line on his failures, but that run game, Lord, me and you could attest to this. That run game, when that run game disappeared, this team looked like a completely different team. So we need our offensive line to stay healthy. And I'm looking forward to how that depth is going to hold up. I want the battles for guard, tackle, the two guard positions and the left tackle. I want them to be some heated competition. Why? Because that means the depth is there. It's every time we go in the offseason and training camp, there is never a question who's going to be the starting lineup. Because the starting lineup is way light years ahead of the reserves. And I don't want that to be the case this season. I want to see some extreme, hard, tough competition. I want to see it very competitive, against on that offensive line. And on the defensive line as well. I do want to see that. Now, one of my biggest concerns, and Lou, I want to get your take on this. We need safeties. I'm not too worried about it because you can get away with safeties for the most part if you have good cornerback play. I think the most dangerous thing that can happen to this team is if we go in a season with no cornerback, because right now we got cornerback that's just okay. You can get away with having one good cornerback, and then the other one he's just good enough to get by and you could give him help. You give him safety help him out underneath with the linebackers, you can get away with that. What you cannot get away with is not having any cornerback. And top that off with no safety experience back there at all. At least the one that they brought in, the guy Malafonwu, he's injury prone. We don't know what he is. So and he's not really one of those that well, he got to stay healthy. Let's just say that. But he's not the one to be like, okay, just put him back there. He going to cover all of that, right? So what I'm worried about is, especially, we know it's inevitable. Ramsey is gone. Post June 1st, he's out of here. How are we going to replace both of our cornerbacks?
You sign somebody in free agency?
Like?
Anybody. Take your pick. Listen, I'm over Jalen Ramsey.
No. I ain't. Forget Ramsey. What I'm saying is, as a team, you can't go in the season just the cornerbacks.
Well, again, you don't have to have Lester. You're hoping that Cam Smith can take another step, right? Yeah. Now, again, he has to play healthy. But, again, Tone, a dominant front seven, right? And the years of Brian Flores kind of – the way the team was built was from the outside in.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It was all about corner, secondary play, right? That's what it was.
Yes.
I think Anthony Weaver is transitioning to more, and with his defensive line background, that's what he was, right? I think the front seven is going to be what kind of protects that secondary. Yeah. Like if you're creating pressure, the problem is with the secondary that I see, if we have a secondary and we're not getting no pressure, Tone, now we're screwed. We're done. Because you can't have these cornerbacks, right? They can't guard for 4, 5, 6 seconds.
And the best can't guard for 4, 5, 6 seconds.
Thank you very much. But if you got Chop Robinson, to your point, right? Let's say he has a second.
Oh, I didn't even mention Chop, but yeah, Chop too, yes.
Chop, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Zach Seiler, Kenneth Grant. Some of these other guys, Cameron Good coming back, right? Just all these guys that you could throw at an offense, right, from a pass rushing perspective. If these guys can create some pressure and the corners only have to guard for 2, 3 seconds, that's how you kind of protect the secondary. Every second, bro, listen, when Xavier Howard was here, told him that secondary got burnt with Byron Jones, Brandon Jones, Javon Holland, and now with Jalen Ramsey. So every secondary is going to get beat, and you know how this works. So on the first time our secondary gets beat, oh my God, what are we going to do? This guy's falling.
Yeah,
it happens, right? All I'm saying is, if this front seven can be dominant, to answer your question, to try to give some kind of hopium, that would be my answer, right? If you lose Ramsey, it's not going to be the best scenario, but how do you kind of counteract that? You put a dominant front seven in front of that secondary, and let them boys go hunt. And I think that's how you kind of relieve that pressure from the secondary.
Yeah, and Lou, I had that same thought process, and then I started to do my research, and I started to remember when we were doing film breakdowns. You remember how terrible Ramsey was looking against the Jets, that even when that front seven got immediate pressure, we still got cooked? That's what I started being worried about. I'm like, oh my God, bad cornerback play can mess up great defensive line play. We saw it last year. That's when I started to get worried. I'm like, yeah, defensive line, when they running like longer developing routes, yeah, that defensive line get there, disrupt the play, it couldn't help you out. But if teams, they're going to start doing their homework, they're going to start to do their adjustments. And if they start to adjust and say, hey, listen, that defensive line, they getting there. We need to do a lot of quick hitters. We need to do a lot of slants. We need to get the ball out quick. And them cornerbacks look like how Ramsey was looking. You remember? It was taking turns with that man. And not even only Ramsey, Kohu, you remember the play? We didn't know if they was in cover 1 or they was in cover 4. Remember, Kohu just let the receiver go. And he was going down the middle of the field, right up the seam, right? So that's the part that I'm like, if you have terrible cornerback play, it could negate a great front seven. So I want our cornerback to step up. You made 2 key points. Cam Smith, you're going to have to step up, bro. They're giving you all the opportunities, the injuries. You listen, stay healthy. Kader Kohu, it's your time too. It's your time too. They seem to like Storm Duck. Hey, They like the secondary. They have to show and improve. Show and prove. They do. Because this season, they running with their young guys and say, hey, man, listen, we're going to have to go for what we know. We're no longer spending that money. We're no longer going out there and get these high-priced free agents. So the guys that we brought in, the guys that we drafted, the UFDAs, their development, this all about player development now. We're going to put, you know how they were saying, hey, listen, our coaches don't develop players. Well, we're going to get to know now, especially Anthony Weaver. We're going to see if you can develop players. We are. Because you're going to have to do some player development for this defense to be a formidable defense. So let's just see how it goes. You know, I'm hoping. And I'm glad you brought up Chop Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, we want Chop Robinson to have his best season. Let me just put this out there for everyone, because I know me and Lewis, we are on the record saying we wanted Brian Thomas Jr. over Chop Robinson. Cool. That didn't happen. Chop Robinson is on his team now, so we need him to be a top level edge rusher. I'm tired of coming in here pointing out, say, man, I don't think that was worthy of a 21st pick. I want to come in here and say, hey, okay, now that I'll spend the 21st pick on that. I stand corrected, Chop. You show me a little something, Chop. Respect, my brother. That's how I want to come on these shows. I'm not the type of person to say, oh, I told you so. They should have never got. No. Once he's on his team, my mindset changed now. Now it's to, man, prove me wrong, bro. Now, I'm not going to lie and say, yeah, man, he did a great job last year. So this is what we were looking for. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But we are hoping for the best. That's 100% what we're doing. Because that's what, to me, that's my true fandom, is whether I disagree with the pick or not. Once they're part of the team, the logo, now I need you to be the best you can be. I'm going to critique you. I'm going to be honest. But I want my honesty to come in and say, hey, I was wrong. That boy, he showed me something. He showed me he worked that 21st pick. Yes, sir. Good job, Chris Greer. Good job, Anthony Weaver, whoever called that pick. That's why y'all get paid the big bucks. This is what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I think all of us, especially me and Lewis, we're looking forward to the development of our young guys. The newcomers, the second-year guys, and the guys like, what's his name? The one that didn't play yesterday. He's from, God dog it, the other DN, Muhammad Kamara. Yes, I'm looking. I want to see if you could come in and hold your own.
That's crazy, man. Damn, dog. Why y'all gotta take shots on my dog Alex like that, man?
Going back, it's going to show up like Alex.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Kevin Curse, we cooked if that happened. Oh man, but yes. So yeah. Shout out to Kevin. Yeah, that was a good one, man. But yeah, I'm looking for the second year guy to come in. The Maytrees of the world, Storm Duck. Yeah, let's see how develop. Mac Morris.
You don't have no
White Lightning.
Well, White Lightning was another one, but what about the kid Trader that we picked up from Florida?
Oh, the safety Trader. Yeah, Traders. Yeah, of course. The cornerback from Florida. Listen, the young guys. I'm just saying right now. I'm going to be looking at the young guys, and this is going to be all about player development. I'm sorry. We're going to see. You know what? What's the coach that was talking about? I think it was Mike Tomlin. He say, I hate to see coaches run from coaching. I hate to see the coaches try to get the players that's already ready-made, and they don't want to coach. You're getting paid to coach the team. That means you have to be constantly teaching. Your players, your coaches should be learning something from you on a daily basis. And that's what I want to see from our coaching staff. Not just head coach. I want to see the positional coaches doing their job. I want to see the coordinators doing their job. And head coach Mike McDaniel, I want you to be doing your job. This team right here, for the most part on defense and on the offensive line, pretty young. So it's going to take a lot of coaching. Let's see if you really like that, like people was portraying you to be. This is what I'm looking forward to, because it's going to be very important. It's cool for us to have our realistic expectations, and hey, 9-8 is the best we can see. But if we go out there and we start seeing players develop, these young guys making plays, coach putting them in position to be successful, hey, maybe our enthusiasm go up a little bit. And we say, hey, I might, you know what I'm saying? Might see something with this team. But speaking of making plays, Lou, I want another question for you, man. Offense versus defense. Which part of the team do you think is the most pivotal for this team's success? You think we need offense to be the lead unit of this team, or the defense to be the lead unit of the team? Like,
well,
which one you want to identify with more?
Well, I think we both want to identify with the same, but for the sake of argument, I'll leave the defensive side with you. Just for me, real quick, I do think the defense is going to be better this season than the offense. I'll say that. I'll leave the rest up to you. From the offensive perspective, listen, it's virtually the same cast of characters that we've had for the last 3 years. It's the Tuas, it's the Tyreeks, it's the Jalen Waddle, it's the Devon A. Chains. Here with Jonnu now, coming off the kind of late season success he had. I guess for me, Tone, from the offensive perspective, I want to get the running back, the running game going kind of like what it was in 2023. And I know a lot of people were down on the running game last year. As soon as Austin Jackson got off that offensive line, that's when we really couldn't stop running the ball. Tone, we looked at the numbers. There was like a 3 or 4 game stretch there that the Dolphins were getting 120 plus yards a game, right? Last year, it wasn't like they couldn't run the ball. It was just the injuries kind of caught up to them. So I want to see us be able to run the ball more. And then listen, just from the offense in general, Tone, we have to be better in situational football. That's just what it is, right? Like at the end of the day, if it's a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you gotta convert. If it's a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, you gotta convert, right? You got to keep drives alive. And I just don't know how consistent this team, especially offensively, can be. Whether you want to blame Mike McDaniel, whether you want to blame the quarterback, whether you want to blame the receivers for dropping passes, whether you want to blame the offensive line for not blocking, they just have to be it's crazy for me, Tone, because what did we hear, right, after Tua's second season in this offense? Well, Tua's going to be so much better because he's never had the same offensive guy, same play caller and stuff.
He's never been in the same offensive scheme for 2 years in a row.
For 2 years in a row. Well, he's been in this offense now for 4 years.
Yep, this is going into his 4th year. Yep.
He should know this offense like the back of his hand, right? So again, bro, just from an offensive standpoint, they gotta be balanced. But I just want them to be, again, you gotta execute, bro. Enough of this 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. We're not picking it up. We're running the same kind of plays. It's a fullback dive with Alex Ingle. I'm tired of seeing that. This offense needs to evolve a little bit, and the offense, they just have to execute a lot more. So that's basically the breakdown, right? Get the running game going again, and just I don't care whether it's a run, pass. If you got to throw it up in the air and go catch it yourself, right? Like just get the job done.
Lamar Jackson did it.
Well, Lamar Jackson has done it, so that's basically what it is. I know you want to go with the defensive side, so I was going to leave that with you. But, again, just to finish up, that's the offensive side for me. But I do think, Tone, that the defense is going to be or should be the identity moving forward of the football team. I'm tired of the the speed and the finesse, and we're gonna run past you, and it's just the offense. Nah, bro. I think the defense should be the main identity for this team.
Yeah, and just like, do you think that this team needs to be more unpredictable, far as offensively?
What do you mean by like predictable?
Unpredictable. Like, for the most part, we know the play that McDaniel's gonna run. We know how he's gonna try to do the motion to see if the team is in man. He's gonna try to get Tyreek in favorable positions to get a running start. You know, things of that nature. We know the quick screens. We know the inside outside zone. Like, we know everything that this offense is about. Do you think they need to change the philosophy a little bit, or?
Well, I would love.
I don't think. You know what I think, bro. I really wanted to ask you
Yeah.
because I don't think. You know what I think. I think players need to execute the plays when they're dialed up, because
Absolutely.
every offense have. Hold on. Go ahead. What's up, baby?
No, I'm just saying to answer the question, Tone, and obviously Tone's on the phone.
No, I'm not.
But
my niece came to visit me from Georgia. Say hi, wave. Look right there.
Hello, how are you?
Say hi to the people. She came to visit from Georgia. I ain't said, how long you been here? Like 2 years? I ain't said 2 years, so she want to come.
Oh, that's awesome. Absolutely.
Interrupt her uncle. Go ahead. What you need? You need something? Hold on. Go ahead, Luke. Go.
No, I'm just gonna say that. I'm not one of those people that think the offense has been figured out. I think it's more of an execution problem. I think that's what we've been doing. A lot of people will look at a play and be like, "Well, it didn't work. It was a horrible play call." And then you look at the film, and the film shows you that there's two guys, one in the flat and running up the field that's wide open, and the ball's not going there. That's not a player problem. That's not a coaching problem. That's an execution problem. So, not Tone, for me to like answer that question, I want to see it evolve, right?
Yeah.
I think you can have some more layers maybe added onto it, but I've never been one of those people, Tone, to subscribe to the notion that this offense was figured out. You know what's crazy, Tone, when I always hear that, just real quick? Why didn't the Philadelphia Eagles offense get figured out?
I'm seeing now you taking my take now, dude.
You don't think that teams knew Saquon was getting the ball?
Yes.
But why couldn't they stop it? Because the Eagles just executed better than what they already knew was coming.
Yes, and that's why I wanted to ask you that question, because I'm like, if you go watch the other teams, Kansas City, pretty much everyone know what's coming.
Yeah, they know on 3rd and 7, Travis Kelce's going to sit 8 yards in the zone and turn around and catch the ball. They know it's coming.
They understand that. 3rd and 1, 3rd, 2nd, 4th and 1, or 2 and less. We know the tush push coming with Philly. We understand these type of things, but what happened is execution. I brought this up last season, right? The one when everybody was talking about in Houston, when their coach, he was calling out the play. Screen is coming, the screen. You go watch the play. They knew exactly what's coming. But if Aaron Brewer get one block, Jonnu Smith is walking into the end zone. He could backpedal into the end zone. If they would have just executed a play that Houston already knew was coming. So I think that they just need to execute better. Now, I want to point it out, just like you said, yes, it is going to be, I believe, defense, right? And it's going to lead to my final question, why I say defense. Because one thing about a defense travel, Lou. Defense travel.
Facts.
And if you have a formidable defense that gives your offense time to not be perfect, to get things together and put a few drives together. Okay? Pablo Diaz. Hold on, I gotta answer. Breaking news. Tone's niece is ahead of Alex with appearances on the Blitz pickup for the month of May.
God damn.
Hey, Alex, you gotta fight back.
Hey, nah, that's some nasty work, though. I ain't gonna lie to
you. Yo. Okay. Yo, but that was a good one. That might be the comment of the day. But yeah, like I was saying, defense travel, and it gives your team opportunities to make mistakes and get a flow in the game, and then figure things out. Once you get a few drives get together, then you can start breaking the other team because it's like, man, that defense is not giving up nothing. And now if that offense get to going, it's all downhill from there. So I believe I think the defense need to be more. I think they need to take the lead of this team because that defense is going. One thing Anthony Weaver is going to try to bring attitude and toughness. And when you see your defense have attitude and toughness, it starts to rub off. And you have to get with the program. Listen, we're not going to go out there and be giving 100% and giving our all just for y'all to come over around and get on that field and get pumped. Because no. When I was growing up, y'all know why I'm never back down? My mom said, you gonna go out there and fight. You about not never, hold on, baby. I about not ever catch you being caught running away from a fight. Because you're gonna get your ass whooped here, and then you're gonna go out there and fight them again anyways. So it wasn't an option for me. We didn't have that. So that's how that defense needs to be for this offense. Listen, you're not gonna be running from no fights out there, and we out there cracking heads and cracking skulls, and y'all coming out here being soft. No, I need a hard, tough-nosed defense, and then that offense, give that offense some attitude, especially, Lou. You remember last year what I said to do with Patrick Paul? I was like, man, just put him in there, just let him bully somebody. He's big. Let him use his weight. Let him use his size. Dominate someone. I don't care. Hey, Patrick Paul, we finna run his ball. Hit the first one in front of you. I just want you to send a message and set the tone. You get it? So that's what I think this defense could bring to us for them showing and, lead by example. It's different when your defense out there cracking heads and getting big hits and hyping the crowd up and shaking up the other team. When you start seeing that fear in their eyes, it just do something to you to motivate you. Oh, yeah, we got them. So, yeah, I think our defense needs to lead up to that. And I'm going to be the leader or the front unit of this team or the head unit of this team because I think one thing, we said this all when I gave a couple of shows ago. I'd rather have a hard, tenacious defense and a tough-nosed defense than a high-flying offense because it means more. And it's tend to last. And that travels and shows up in the tail end of the season, December, January football. Those type of defense make offenses not want to see them at the end of the season because the hits hurt a little bit more in the cold. So that's why I want our defense to be one of those type of units to set the tone. Now, that's going to lead me into my last question, right, Lou, which is our Miami Dolphins versus the AFC Elite. I'm about to give you a stat for you, Lou. While I look up this stat, let me ask you a question. How far off do you think this 2025 team, just based on the roster, how far off do you think it is from the 2023 team?
Well, besides the secondary, I would say they're either comparable or maybe a little bit better.
And that is a fact. Right? Now, with that being said, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I had it on here somewhere. That being said, y'all want to know something that I found out? You know that defense in 2023 gave up 20 points or more only 5 times that whole entire season? 6 if you add in the playoff game. 6. But the regular season, out of 17 games, they only gave up 20 points or more 5 times. Think about that. And in them plus 500 teams, I think only twice, which was the Philadelphia Eagles and 3 times. I'm sorry. The Ravens, the Eagles, and Buffalo. That was 3 of the 5.
And remember, Philadelphia scored 31.
But it was 17.
Oh, no. Those 31 were because our defense scored. I thought their defense scored.
Yeah, our defense scored, yeah. No. They pulled away toward the end, right?
Yeah, they had basically 24 until the last drive of the game when they put it away.
Yep. Now we held Kansas City to
21.
Under 20 points. It wasn't 21 because that one of it was a defensive score.
14. We held Buffalo to 14.
We held Buffalo to 14 because they had a punt return.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And the rest of them, they helped. Listen, they gave up. Listen, 17, 20, 16, 21 to Carolina, 17 to New England, 14 to the Kansas City Chiefs, 13 to the Raiders, 13 to the Jets, 0 to the Jets, 15 to the Washington Commanders. That 28 one to Monday, which killed them, right? 20 to Dallas. And then that 156. So for the most part, the defense tend to show up.
Kevin Kerr said Tony and Lewis is the front seven, Alex is the DBs. That's crazy. That's some nasty work.
Yeah, what'd he say?
He said Tony and Lewis is the front seven, Alex is the DBs. That's crazy, man.
Yo, y'all don't do that, man.
Yeah, they killing Alex in the chat right now, man.
They killing Alex today. Listen, man, it's 42 of y'all in the building. Please hit the like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Help get the content out. You want me to open it? Get the content. I'm sorry, y'all. My niece over here. She ain't been here for a minute, so she ain't here with the uncle. Her daddy done fell asleep. You scared of the dark? All right. I got you. So yeah, what else? Oh, okay. Now listen. Then the reason why I said that, right? But how far we are from the elite, y'all saw how that defense gave up. Basically, it gave our offense the opportunity to stay in the game. Our team always had the opportunity in all of those games for the most part. Outside of that Buffalo at home and the Ravens at their home, well, both on the road, we was in every last game until the end. Every single game, even that 31 points that they gave up to the Eagles, it was 24-17 the whole time. In the end of the third, in the fourth quarter, they scored that last touchdown like what with 5 minutes to go to basically ice the game. So defense travel, defense give you an opportunity. I need if they stand up, then we'll always have opportunity. And let's be honest, it'll make for us still to be excited and into the game. What we don't want to do is our team go out there being trash and getting blowed out, and we're not even interested in watching these games. I don't want that. And I'm a big defensive. Listen, I love defense. I love the defensive side of the ball. I'd rather watch defense crack heads and run around, fly all over the field than to watch an offense go crazy. Unless, you know what? And it might be me. I might just be old school. Unless we got a bruising offense without running back, it's just getting 5, 4, 7, 8. Those type of runs might get it 12 yard. I could watch that all day because I know that's demoralizing that team over there. I know that's wearing that team down. I know it's taking their soul. I'm watching this and I'm like, I could watch this all day. That's the identity that I want from this team. I like the addition of Ali Gordon. I like that. You know, get him, Jalen White. We can use A-Chain as a weapon, but let them boys go and do damage. You know the best thing. You know how to get the your offensive line comfortable. Run the ball. Any offensive line to tell you, I'd rather run the ball I'd rather run block than pass block anytime. What's good, Sean?
Hey, Tony, real quick. You think Sean's writing this message from Cancun?
He might be. He might be on the boat. Let me drive the boat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He definitely on the boat. He definitely on the boat. That's a fact. He on the boat, Tone. He got a beer in his hand. He got a fishing pole in the other hand. Yeah, he been on the boat. He been on the boat since about 6:30 last night.
I don't think so. He said, I am.
Yeah. He been on that boat. Yeah.
He said, I am.
Hey, welcome to the club, Sean.
But yeah, Lou. So be honest with you, I think if the defense play like they have, and they be able to keep this game in, this team is not that far off from 2023 season. And I want to remind you guys, with 2 games left to go in the season, the Dolphins was in position to have the number 1 overall seed if they would have won the last 2 games. And they would have finished no less than 3rd, I believe, if they would have just beat Baltimore. Even if they would have lost it.
If they would have beat Baltimore, they would have been the number 1 seed.
It would have been seeded, but if we would have lost to the Buffalo Bills and Buffalo won their last game, then they would have essentially won more games than us. So, but it is what it is. But all I'm saying is, right, Lou, our team is not that far off from that 2023 season. But it's that people in key roles are going to be missing. Patrick Paul replacing Teron Armstead, that's a big deal. Now, we all assume, based on the names, that the 2 interior linemen are upgraded, right? You think Eichenberg and Robert Jones will take James Daniel and Savai Nai, right? We'll take them any day of the week, right? And then you still got Aaron Brewer. So it looked like you downloading stuff, huh? It looked like that offensive line is going to be a lot better. Now, you have a great interior, the center, guard combination. You can work around those offensive tackles. Those tackles. You know what I'm saying? You could work, you could chip, you could help out. But if you solid up the middle, that's a good call. And that type of offensive line travel as well. Trenches. I'm telling you right now. Kevin Kerr said,
Hey, yo.
We can't blitz like we want because we playing a bunch of good quarterbacks. One thing about he's not I don't think he blitzed that often like that. Anthony Weaver, he's not like a Brian Flores to where he have all these exotic blitzes. What the AO was for, Lou?
Tone, you didn't hear me say, "Hey, yo, dog."
Yeah. What it was for? What it was for?
When you said if you solid up the middle. hey, yo. Hey, Tone, you gotta relax, dog. Tone, you gotta relax. Hey, Tone, you know what I've noticed with you, Tone? It's when you start cooking. You be on the road, dog. You know what I'm saying? You be like 2-3 minutes in, and I'll be like, damn, my boy is cooking. And then you say, yeah, solid up the middle, and I'm like, hey, yo. Like, what are we doing?
Turn the stove down a little bit.
Tone, you gotta calm down a little bit, dog.
I heard the AO. I'm like, yo, what I said this time?
Yeah. Hey, yo, let's calm down, man.
Dre said, y'all know damn well Liam going to be starting somewhere at some point. Hopefully not, Dre, man. Hopefully not. Pablo Diaz says Patrick Paul has to hit though. Liam is starting as an overnight security guard at your local airport. Hey, yo, that's a little wild. I see you, Mr. Paul. That is kind of wild, man. He talk about Paul says stuff. But listen, before I was rudely interrupted by Lou because I was cooking, I was a little wild though. But the offensive line out up front, let's say, gotta be solid up front. And that travel, that's more of an attitude type of team. And if you get one going, it's a common theme here: attitude and toughness. I want a team built on attitude and toughness. So these are the things that I'm looking forward to. I know Lou say, Savai Nai, he doesn't look like, he don't give him the look as, oh, yeah, he's one of them dudes. I hope don't judge a book by his cover. I know his words sound like he's ready to go out there and put his hands on people. These are the type of people that we want for this team, and that's the type of mentality I want from this team. I know, what's his name again? The safety trader? Watching his film, I see that man. He played with reckless abandon. You hear me?
Yeah, he coming to take your
head off somebody.
Yeah,
he's dropping that shoulder. Yeah, I said, oh yeah. He don't care. It's either him or you. He got that Ollie Gordon mindset. It's gonna be me or you.
That safety we brought in from Detroit plays the same way.
Yeah, Malafongu.
Malafungu or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just got to stay healthy. He has to stay
yeah.
healthy.
Well, to your point though, that's why he don't stay healthy. He plays with that reckless
Mm,
abandonment.
mm.
His body is going out on the line. So
Makes
yeah,
sense.
like again, yeah. If you looking to lay the wood on somebody, and again, pause. That's wild, but
That is Paul. Yeah.
yeah. But if you looking to, I don't even want to say drop the hammer because that's even wild.
Man, we know
Listen,
what's
man.
up, man. Go ahead.
If you're looking to hit somebody, man, at the end of the day, dog, like, of course you putting your body on the line, and it's a contact sport. So I would much rather Tone. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'd much rather have a player like that is
Yes.
willing to make the tough tackle. Like, oh, this one might hurt, but instead of thinking about it, just doing it, I'd much rather have a player like that plays with that kind of, to your point, reckless abandonment than a player that's kind of like cautious and tippy toeing around and yeah, make a tackle here and there. But I think that's what we're all saying, Tone. We want a kind of
Mm-hmm.
mindset, a kind of toughness to this team that sometimes, and I think here in recent years, that's what's been missing in Miami. Like if I asked you, Tone, in the past 5 years, and you go to road games and every home game,
Mm-hmm.
like, when was the last time you could say you honestly was like, oh, like, damn, that was a hit? Like, that's what
Right.
we've been missing, right? Like, we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of those. We have a lot of, oh, like the offense, right? Oh, two of the hit Tyreek. Yeah, that gets exciting and stuff, but to your point, it's not like a defensive hit to where that ignites the whole stadium, that ignites the sideline. Everybody, it seems like that's the kind of impact that we're looking for. And I just don't remember the last time we've seen that, Tone, especially here recently.
Yeah. I remember they showed. I think Ramsey had one. I think in the Jets or the Rams game. So he had like two, but it was so few far in between that we didn't even remember it because you just don't see that. And I know Dave said that was Jordan Brooke and Anthony Walker Jr. for that matter. They were supposed to come in and they wanted to be the big hitters. So yeah, and I want to see those hits come from our linebackers and safeties.
Yeah,
That's
fact.
yeah. I want them. Y'all set the tone. Y'all bring the attitude. Yeah, tone setting tackles.
Hey, Pablo Diaz, I just want you to know, even though you say pause on that comment, you got to let me and Tone kind of pause you. You can't come out and say it. You seen what he put, Tone, right?
Look solid.
I mean, hey, yo, hey, yo. Like, I
Yo,
know, hey, Tone, I know he tried to clean it up, but can you leave that to me and you?
yeah,
Like, we don't, yeah, we got to pause y'all, but that, hey, yo, that's wild.
that's a little wild. Looking solid. That is right.
Hey,
Jason Marshall.
yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Polk. I see Jason Marshall. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Right before we get out of here, Lou. What do you think? What's your thoughts on the league trying and they voting to get rid of the tush push? You like? What do you think
I
about
don't
that?
like it. I don't like it.
Thank you, bro.
I don't
I,
like it. Like, what are we doing? The Philadelphia Eagles have came up with something that is virtually unstoppable, right? In their opinion. It's not breaking any rules, right? It's not, there's nothing in the rule books that said they can't run that. So now that teams can like they can't stop it. Now all of a sudden the league is gonna say, well, you're not allowed to do that. Like, bro, what kind of like I'm not trying to cuss today's show, Tom, but what the hell is that?
yeah, can't
You know
do
what
it.
I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. I'm not gonna speak that long on it, but I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't
I,
like it
I'm
either.
more I'm more of a tell a team to stop it.
Stop it. You know what's coming. Stop it. It's been stopped twice, and last time I checked, they didn't go undefeated. So it's not making them unbeatable. Lewis, you said this like you came up with this idea way in the beginning of the offseason, well, during the season. Don't let them get in third and short, third, second and third, second, third, or fourth and short. Don't let them get to that.
Facts. Facts.
You ain't got to worry about it. And then the teams that did, I seen a couple teams lined up. I seen them get stopped twice. And that was the team that lined up mano a mano and said, "Hey, listen, we gonna get lower than y'all. We gonna push y'all back." And I seen the linebacker jump right over the head and almost snatch Jalen Hurts' head off. Okay, if
Hey,
that's
hey,
what y'all want to play, that's what we gonna do.
hey, yo. We gonna get lower than y'all and arch our back. Hey, hey, Tone, what's good, Tone? Yo, we gonna get lower and arch our back. I'm saying, Tone, I'm sorry, but that's
hey, yo, that is wild, crazy. But you know what I mean? Wow. That is wild. They say, Mr. Polk said they making NFL 2.0. Right? No, man. If you listen, line up mano y mano, may the best man win. Tell them boys, hey, listen, get back in the weight room. Everyone, hey, don't skip leg day anymore. Wilding for a Monday, delusional Patriot fans say. But yeah, I don't listen, man. I'm not anytime you that softness come in and you like, oh no, you can't run that play. It's too difficult to stop. So it's not unstoppable. You just prepare for it. That's a fact. Because I don't think is there a rule change when you know the certain teams that have a huge defensive tackle, they bring them in on the goal line and line them up at fullback. Basically, do the same thing. I haven't seen no complaints about that. Teams just got prepared for it and learn how to stop it. Figure it out, or just don't let them get into short yardage. They're going to get into short yardage situation. Cool. But limit it. I mean, that's it. If you limit them to, like, let's say 5 or 6 a game, cool. You'll deal with it. And you really basically got to stop them like 2 out of 5 times. And do it when it's in the crunch time. That's it. But I don't complain about it. I think that's real soft. And they already taken away, you know, I mean, I will say this. If they keep that play in, then I don't want no complaints when teams start having they linebackers run full speed ahead and just go all out. I don't want the offensive complain about helmet to helmet and all that, because he's essentially just dropping his head and moving and driving forward. That's what he's doing. So, yeah, if they're gonna allow it to remain in the game, I don't want to hear nothing about head-on-head collisions. Helmet-to-helmet tackles? Nope. Sorry. Nope. So, no. But that's pretty much what we got for you. Listen, man, we still got 42 of y'all in the building. We really appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all, listen, roll to 600, man. Oh, while we still got all y'all in here, shout out to Triple S. We saw the picture. If y'all not following us on X, go follow the Bliss Pickup. It's at the Bliss Pickup on X. It's down there on the ticker. And follow us. Go check out Triple S. He posted his picture with his hat, with his draft day hat. Roll Fin Fan. He DM'd me his picture with his Demarino jersey. Told me to let everyone know he appreciate us. He really not a social media guy like that. So appreciate him. So yeah, those presents have those gifts have touchdown to a time. Get out of here, Davis. They have touchdown. They showed y'all. Listen, appreciate y'all. Hey man, our next giveaway again at 1,000 subscribers. It depends on how quick we get to 700. I might be in a good mood. Y'all push the guys in that algorithm. Make sure you tell everyone to subscribe to us, and man, get us up to that 1,000. 750 sound like giveaway-ish to me. 750. And hopefully it's during the season, so we could hook it up. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure something out. See what they is. They took away my ability to do a quick motion, and that was soft.
That was soft.
Mm-hmm.
That was solid. Pablo got a point. Like, even with the quick motion, cheap motion, whatever you want to call it, yeah. The Dolphins weren't breaking any rules.
You know what? This is the first Tyler Hero comment that you put up, Game Boy 305, that I agree with. Tyler Hero, 4 press. Yes, he's the 4-point press. That's how many points he dropped in the closeout game.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was saying he wanted him to remove Pat Riley from being president.
No. Tyler Hero,
never mind.
He's the 4-point press. Yes, the 4-point president. The president of the 4-point club. Because that's what he scored in the closeout game. Yo, man, Tyler Hero.
Man, that's all right.
We got a Pete taking here.
Shit.
Pete came to take some notes. He said, "Yo, RC and RG, yeah, I don't know, Lee. Have you saw that, Lou? The RC and the RG3 beef?
No.
That RG3, I ain't gonna lie, you starting to look soft out here, my boy. Yeah, he getting a little sensitive.
What they beefing about?
Apparently, so RG3 tried to make a big deal saying that Ryan Clark disrespect his family because he said he mentioned his family. He said he mentioned his family, but he said that she looked like a nice woman he met in life. I think he was saying something about the content that they put on that they put on social media. He didn't say nothing disrespectful. I think RG3 is just in his feelings because a lot of people just do not agree with his takes on the Caitlin Clark thing. He don't. And they
what he said? What who said what about Caitlin Clark?
Trying to point Caitlin Clark out to be the bad person. I don't really like. All right, listen, man. Listen, I'll be real with y'all.
Who said that?
It's basketball. RG3.
He said that Caitlin Clark is a bad person.
Some down the line, I don't know the whole thing, but he was trying to RG3 soft. Just put it like that. If you see what happened, he soft. What I don't like, right? I'm gonna tell you, cause Lou, you was on the sun, but you was a little off. You was wrong.
Look at this. Lou is about to call RG3 soft. Now Tony is the one that called him soft. You see how I get labeled? Now Tone. Hey, is Pete profiling me right now?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen.
He just profiled me? That's crazy, man.
He was saying, yes, my bad, Andrew Jervis. Yes, I'm sorry. That's what he said. RG3 said Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. That's what he said. And he was making it personal, right? And I'm like, why are people doing this? It's like, we want the women to be competitive. We don't want no softness, right? Now, when Caitlin Clark was getting cracked aside the head,
nobody had a problem.
People, they wasn't making it. That's the only thing. They were making a big deal, but there was a lot of people coming out saying, "Man, that's basketball."
Fact, that's women's basketball.
People was coming and say, "Oh, that's basketball." Stop complaining. They had to. Even Caitlin Clark came out and said, "It's basketball." Everyone is making a bigger deal out of it than I think they should be.
That's a fact.
So that was her sentiments when she was getting that treatment. And their plays, when you see Angel Reese clock her upside her head, a full motion swing. She came out and said, "It's basketball. There's hard fouls." So you mean to tell me she can stand on business for her getting treated and getting hard foul, but now when she hard foul Angel Reese, she's a hater? That don't make any sense. I could see if she was complaining. She wasn't. Everyone else on the outside is making a bigger deal than what it is. But you know what? One thing about it, that hard foul got everyone talking about it. And that girl over there putting up buckets got everybody. Now, you going there for the drama. You leaving being impressed with Caitlin Clark. Let's be 100.
Now, Tone, I seen a stat earlier today, right? Now, you know what's crazy? They showed the most 20 points, 10 assist games in WNBA history. Now, the GOAT, considered the GOAT, Diana Taurasi. You know who that is, Tone?
Yeah, Diana Taurasi. Yeah, she played for UConn.
She's played in 545 WNBA games. You know how many 20-point, 10 assist games she has in 545 WNBA games?
How many?
9.
9. Okay.
Caitlin Clark in 41 games has 9. 20-point, 10 assist games.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I was the one. I was when it was LSU versus what she played for Iowa, right?
Iowa. Tone, all I'm saying is Caitlin Clark's European.
Huh?
All I'm saying is Caitlin Clark is European.
When she was playing for Iowa, I was rooting for LSU. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, when she got in the league, I said I wanted to see if she put on. She putting on.
No, she like that.
Like, let's not hate on the girl. She's putting on. WNBA need that. You want to know why they need that? Because I'm going to show you a cap. For people like this, oh, please, this is WNBA, let it go. Who cares? So that's what you need her to put on so she could demand the respect for her league.
Shout out to Miss Fan. She said, "Stop it, lose." CC is from Iowa, USA. She played basketball in Iowa, USA. I think she was born somewhere out there in the. She has to be Euro, man.
He hating Miss Finn. Don't he hate. Don't listen to him.
She got a little European in her, man. I'm telling you that.
No, man. Listen, man. Stop hating. I hate when I see people just hating for no reason. I just hate that. Like, that girl be out there putting on a show. And I'm talking about step back, crossover, step back three in your face. Knock me down, I'm coming back and knock a shot down. You gotta respect that. I mean, if you like watching ball, it's gonna take things like now. I know, I'll be honest with you, the controversy helping them out. Wow. Nah, that's disrespectful, Kevin Curtis. I don't know what you on, bro. Yeah, you wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
you wilding, my boy.
To be all fair, now,
all publicity is good publicity, especially when it comes to them.
Oh, 1,000%, Tone. Listen, I'm not going to be a hypocrite and told you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago I was watching WNBA games. But I'm not going to lie to you. Since last season, when the hype about Caitlin Clark, even in her college career, and look what Angel Reese was doing at LSU as well, right? Because, again, I don't think Angel, and this is the point I was trying to make earlier in the Twitter space, I don't think Angel Reese is on that level of Caitlin Clark from a basketball playing perspective. Yeah. But to your point about branding and getting a name out there to come and watch the game, Angel Reese is a big part of that, right? She's done her part. She's a global icon or whatever. Like, there's a lot of girls, young and up-and-coming basketball players or just athletes in general that look at her and see the fashion and what she represents as well. So I just think a rivalry like this and kind of things that I've seen and heard, maybe there's I think they both respect each other, right? I think Caitlin Clark respects Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese respects Caitlin Clark. But I think as competitors, right, and two people that the league might be pushing as faces of the league, right, like people that are known, I think it's good that there might be, again, respect, but a little hatred there, right? Like from competitors, like, no, we competed for championships in college. We're competing now at the highest level of women basketball. And I just think it's good all around for the game. Like, I don't see nothing wrong. I didn't see nothing wrong, Tone. You remember the conversations last year when Caitlin Clark was getting hard fouls and stuff like that. I was saying, hey, it's good for her, right? It's good for the game. To your point earlier, she didn't complain. And I just think that foul that happened the other day with her and Angel Reese gets up in her face, and I think it's all good for the game. And I enjoy watching the game now. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I was watching that game, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I'm a man and I don't watch women. No, I'm not going to do that. I enjoyed what I was watching, and listen, man, I think the game is good. So it is what it is, man. I don't care, male, female, or whatever. Those women can play basketball, man. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Now, when you trying to say she was better than Asia Wilson, now you got to pump your brakes.
Well,
but she ain't too far off. I don't care what nobody say. She's not too far off.
I'm talking about from accomplishments, right? Like, again, Asia is great.
Yeah.
But and she's again going to the Basketball Hall of Fame. She's a world champion. She's great. But I just think we've seen great players even in the NBA, right? There's great players, and there's all I'm saying. Remember Lisa Leslie? She was a
center.
She was a center, right?
Yeah.
We've seen kind of the Asia Wilson kind of game in the WNBA is all I'm saying.
Well, not with the shooting ability that she has.
What you've never seen is a Caitlin Clark walk into the WNBA.
At least, well, no, that the other girl, the black girl that they left off the team, she like that too. Now, I don't know her name.
Yeah, she's like
Uh,
that too, but she ain't like that.
I think she played for Minnesota or something like that. I forgot. Lou, she like that. I'm telling you. But not. But I'm gonna tell you what, Kayla. If Kayla Clark keep balling the way she is, they beat the brakes off the Mystics. Uh, they no, it's not the Mystic. What's Angel Reese team? Well, Angel Reese team, right? They beat the brakes off them. If she wins that MVP, she could walk around and be like, it's a new sheriff in town now. She could stake her claim, you know, and then it won't only be about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Then Asia had to have something to say. Then you have them other girls, the Scott. Thank you, Chicago Scott. Thank you, Miss Finn. You have them other girls that are coming and be like, wait a minute. I think this is what they need to happen. Whenever, because no matter what she played, they're going to watch Caitlin Clark. When you say levels, the difference between her and Angel Reese is, no matter what Caitlin Clark, they're coming to watch her.
Tone, there's been games in the WNBA where teams, when Caitlin Clark brings the fever to their city, those teams are moving the games
to bigger venues,
bigger arenas.
Yep.
And they selling them things out.
Yeah. So what they need to happen, like when she go up against, you know, the upper names, I'm not even going to say and act like I know all the other girls except for the main ones. When they go up against Caitlin Clark, it needs to be shootouts, competitive. So they be like, well, hold on now. Okay. There's other females in here balling too, you know, and then that'll make what Caitlin Clark is doing more, what you call it? It give it more validity, right? Because he's like, oh no, she's not doing this against no scrubs. She's not the only one out here balling. So when she go up and compete against these girls, she's beating the best of the best when it comes to female sports. And that is what they knew. I see all y'all talk about Juju Watkins, but she, thank you, Trey. You about to say, I'm like, isn't she injured? Juju Watkins is up next, coming off the knee injury. Hopefully she could bounce back.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's a cute story. I like to talk about people that's here now. Don't tell me about who's up next or who's coming in here next. Again, bro, this is Caitlin Clark's league, and I get everybody again. Dre, Asia is great. I don't know how many teams are in the WNBA. If you posed all the general managers and there's a draft and everybody is available, Caitlin Clark is the #1 overall pick.
No, I don't think everyone took it.
You done lost your mind.
I'm just saying because she got the size. Well, you know what? If you talk about selling tickets, yeah. You know what? Yeah. I have to concede.
You don't Marshall again. Miss Finn says there's 13 teams. 13 general managers.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark will be the #1 pick.
Yeah, because she brings more than just the talent.
No. What she brings is 20 and 10, and again, is tied for the record in most in WNBA history with women that got over 500 games playing.
Mm-hmm.
She's done it in 41 games. What you're looking at here, and again, forget about race, because a lot of this, Tone, we know what it is. It's about race. Mm-hmm. Take race aside. What you're looking at is the GOAT.
She has the possibility to be the GOAT.
This is the most generational.
Listen, man, Asia Wilson is that one of them. Now, you're not going to disrespect Asia Wilson.
She is. Accolade-wise, if I told you right now, accolade-wise, she's blowing Caitlin Clark out the water.
Yeah, right.
Blowing her out the water.
But she's skillful, though, Lou. Like, you talking to her like she's not one of them either.
Right. She's very skillful. She can't do what Caitlin Clark can do.
This man. Yeah.
Hey, say what you want.
Stop it, Lou. Listen, man. All right. I think, I will concede the argument. Yeah, I think because she brings more than just ball skills, because she's box office. She's going to sell out the arena. But Asia Wilson is winning championships, my boy.
And again, that's fine. That's what I have to say. Accolades. There's no talking about career-wise and talking about what she has done for the game and championships and stuff. No, there's no comparison. It's Asia Wilson. Them 13 other, if it was an open draft, right? Tony, you own the team. I own a team. Trey owns a team. Andreas owns a team. Miss Fins owns a team. We all have a team. Caitlin Clark's our #1 pick. Wherever that draft is happening, me, you, Miss Finch, Dre, Trey, we in that thing and we trying to throw hands to get the number 1 overall pick. And it's not for Asia Wilson. And we can sit here and we can lie to ourselves and be like, yeah, I would pick. No, you wouldn't.
Well,
you would pick that white girl from Iowa.
Yes, because yes, she gonna sell out the Marinas. But if you want to win championships, you're going with Asia Wilson. You are. I'm just saying. But if you're gonna say who I'm picking first, yes, it's hands down. It's going to be Caitlin.
Now again, Asia Wilson is on the Las Vegas Aces, and those championships that she was winning on them loaded rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Now them teams were loaded. Now go tell Asia Wilson to take the fever and win the championship last year.
Well, until Caitlin Clark don't ask her to do nothing. What do you mean?
You keep bringing up championships.
She get them in the playoffs. She get them in the playoffs. So she wins a playoff series.
See, I don't like what y'all are doing I don't like what y'all are doing in the chat. Oh, you would take CC just because she sells jerseys. We're trying to make this is why the Dolphins drafted Tua, right? Because he was going to sell jerseys. No, stop.
Oh, like, why do we do that? Dre calling you out. See, Dre knows his history. Dre said the Aces were an expansion team when she joined. She made that team.
And again,
he said, no, Lou capped out, Lou. He said, you capping, Lou. He calling you out.
Now again, she made the team.
She
got drafted there. Cool. She got drafted there. She was made the team. Again, with great players around her is all I'm saying.
That's not what Dre said, though.
Again, cool. Well, Steph Curry made Golden State, right? But they also drafted Draymond Green. They also drafted Klay Thompson. What I'm saying is, give the fever time. So are we going to say that Caitlin Clark?
Give her time.
What I'm saying is, as great as Asia Wilson is, she wasn't leading the fever from last year. If you would have dropped her on that team, she ain't taking them to no championship. We making it seem like it's all Asia Wilson. Stop. That team was loaded over there. I don't care how they did it. She was part of it. Cool. What I'm saying is, again, she is surrounded by great players. All right? Give CC some time.
Yeah, give her some time.
And we'll see.
Yeah, I like Caitlin Clark. I ain't gonna lie. I just she
you a hater. Out. You a hater.
She balls out. hey, Jay say, Lewis, you don't know women's ball.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I don't know. See, Tony, anytime there's a debate, someone always has to say, well, you just don't know ball. All right, cool. Hey, man, I don't know ball then, man.
He said, exactly. Give her time. It ain't right away. Okay, cool.
Hey, right. Hey, Tone, now how does this work? Give her time, right? But these are the same people in the chat talking about, oh, Juju is next. You don't want to give her time, though, right? Juju don't need no time. We can say Juju is next, and she ain't even played a game yet. But Caitlin Clark, that's in the league dominating, we got to give her time, though, right?
So, okay.
How that work?
See, Trey, this is why you don't come in here and argue with your feelings. He said, oh, so accolade doesn't matter now? Laugh out loud. Damn, but we cracked on Dan Marino. You know Asia Wilson accolades is championships, right, Trey?
Man, Asia Wilson's best
I'm just saying. I don't. We talk about championships.
Asia Wilson's best accolade is dating Bam Adebayo.
That's cap.
That's what it is.
Cap. That's 100% cap. You capping right now.
Well, who wins in a game of 11?
They playing a different sport. They playing a different. It's men and women. Stop. We ain't doing that. Get out here.
I got Asia.
When you got to go that deep for you to win an argument, you know you losing.
Well, first of all, I'm taking Asia to beat Bam 11-9.
Oh wow!
Give me Asia. Asia got a way better offensive game than Bam.
The level. All right. You know, I'm gonna let you have that. Man, listen, man. They said, well, on that note, listen, man. Shout out to all y'all. We still got 35 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Push our content out there. Hit the comments. And tell a friend, man. Tell a friend. Make sure y'all share our content so we can get them subscribers up. Listen, our road to 600. Next giveaway is at 1,000. But if we get to 750 in the middle of the season, we're going to be giving some away. You hear me? We're going to do another giveaway 750. So y'all get up to 750.
Tone, real quick, before we get up out of here, because I know Dre's in here and I see Dade. A lot of our normals are in here. Let me ask you a question. You watch some kind of WNBA games, right? Like
Yes.
Asia Wilson and stuff. You watch them?
Yeah.
How many layups have you seen Asia Wilson miss?
Not too many. Stop. You know what?
Oh, okay.
That's a
No,
shot. That's a shot at. I know who you shooting
I
at.
just want to know, Tone, how hard is it to hit a layup? I just want to know.
I seen when she missed one on fast break too. Not Asia, but I know who you talking about. Emma fast break. That was kind of crazy.
Oh, you talking about that great one that Dave said it was a great player?
Listen, man, cut it out. Listen, man, we about to get up out of here, man. Shout out to y'all. Come on, you want to say bye? You want to say bye to them? Oh, y'all say bye to my lovely niece. She came to visit us for Georgia. Way bye.
Bye, baby girl.
So we about to get out of here. We'll see y'all Wednesday, 7:30 is. Friday too, 7:30 is. So we're gonna get out of here. Lou, you want to get us up out of here?
Hey, cover baby girl's ears. You know what I'm saying? But that revolver don't miss with the bang, bang.
Peace. Okay, baby, you good.